Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome. Yay, us. Okay, so my name is Holly. I'm a psychic medium. I do love the Oracle and Tarot cards, and so I just use them as a jumping off point. Anyway, so here we go. Please subscribe to the channel if so inclined. Also, someone had asked about political issues going on in the world and readings with that. I am trying not to, I could so easily dip into that because I have very strong opinions and strong feelings about the chaos in the world and in this country right now. But there is a reader who is incredible, and she has a YouTube channel, and I recommend her for any political readings. So she, and even though she's in Australia, she focuses mainly on, I don't know her personally. This is not a personal plug. I think she's great. And her name is Marianne, but her channel is called Revealing Light Tarot and Astrology. Okay. And she's got a lot of people that try to rip her off. You know, she's got a huge, huge channel. Anyway, so I like her take on things. And so Revealing Light Tarot, and her name is Marianne, and she's Australian, so you can't miss it. I put it in a link. I put a link in one of the comments when someone was asking about it. So in this kind of work, we all have a niche, a place that we seem to go to naturally. Mine tends to be with death walking. Obviously, we do enough of that on this channel, and also with messages that get to the core of like personal healing, direction, that kind of thing. She is just a phenomenal astrologer and political reader, just outstanding. So I recommend her for that. Okay, so anyway, so let's get to it. All right. So my mug today, it's the moon and the sun and the stars all combined, and it felt like balance. We are in desperate need of balance, okay? Really in desperate need of balance. I think within ourselves, our personal lives, and I think if it's feeling a little chaotic around you, that's because we are being forced to make decisions that will lead us to our place of peace and balance within our lives. Once we find that place of peace within, then we can find it without, and then we can start making the changes we wish to see. If you are a chaotic, mad person without any sense of self, then that's what people are going to feel, and it's just going to radiate out. And it's hard to, sometimes you have to stand up and be strong. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for that. Okay. But if you are unsettled, then how can you bring a centered settledness to something? I think some of the, I said I didn't want to get political, but I think some of the things going on right now is because, there is a battle going on in this world, okay? And right before COVID, about a year before COVID, I had started getting these messages that people were going to have to choose what they were going to stand for, their belief systems, what they were going to have to accept and what they wouldn't accept, because the proof of who we are is starting to shine through. People cannot hide their darkness. They can't eternally hide ill intent and ill will toward others. Okay. And that's specifically anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. All right. So all we can do, I had a cousin, and she, we called her cousin. She was actually, I think, a second, anyway, but cousin. And, she always talked about that, how can you tell someone else how to take care of their backyard if you can't take care of your own? You got to take care of your own backyard first. Worry about your little spot. Worry about your little space where you're living. Clean that up. And then don't tell the neighbor how to do it. Help them do it. Okay? All right. So anyway, here we go. She was a very wise woman, much older than me. She was old enough to be my grandmother, actually. I know that's a big age disparity, but she's been gone for a few years. And her spirit came through yesterday to help me with some work that needed to happen. The message I'm getting is, don't be afraid to call on help when you need it. Don't be afraid to call on spirit when you need it, or people that are in your life. You don't have to carry the burden alone. Someone needs to hear that. So thank you. Don't feel like it's a sign of weakness if you need to reach out and ask someone to help. I am so bad about asking for help. So if you are in trust me, I'm not saying anything that I don't need to listen to. All right. I know this is a big digression, but anyway, I guess it's catching up time. All right, we're going to get into the reading now. We need to start, I feel, with the Adam Barrelay Crystal Connections deck. Working with stones, working with earth and energy, working with nature energy just feels of huge importance right now. And I will apologize now if I mishmash, create new words, reverse sentence structure or order. Sometimes I'm thinking 2 or 3 thoughts ahead and they all get kind of mashed together and I don't always enunciate well. Sometimes I go back and I watch these and I think, that's not the thought I had. Why did it come out that way? So sorry if I make any glaring mistakes there, okay? All right, so kyanite right on the top. Kyanite is a wonderful stone. In its polished form or in a gemmy state, it actually rivals a gorgeous sapphire, blue sapphire. In its rough state, it has these striations in it, and it still has an iridescence to it, and it's just gorgeous no matter how you use it. And it is a truly purifying, healing stone. So if you got any blue kyanite around, or just focus on it, you can just do it remotely with just keeping the image in your mind. It's the energy of something. Everything contains energy, okay? All right, so what we're going to call to our spirit guides and guardians. What is the message you have for us today? And I feel like it's going to have to do with balance. So what is the message you have for us today? What is the ally in the earth realm, energy realm, since we are in an incarnation and living on this earth? One more time? Okay. What crystal allies want to work with us today? A whole lot of them. Okay. A whole big old pile of them. All right, hang on. Okay. Got 3 here on the ground, on the floor. All right. One of these I haven't really ever worked with. That's interesting. Okay. Ooh, it's a good one. Ooh, I love all these. I always love all these. Okay, so I'm just going to go through them and show you. Peridot. I love peridot so much. Oh, God, I'm shaky. I just ate, so the shaky should go down. I was really ready to eat. All right, peridot. Lovely, lemon lime kind of green, beautiful. That is the one stone that is found in meteorites. It's called olivine in its basically it's less gemmy form. And that is actually found in some meteorites. So it is also an extraterrestrial stone. Peacock ore. I'm sorry I'm so shaky today. I don't know what's going on. I guess I haven't metabolized my breakfast yet. All right. Peacock ore. I have not worked with that one. What does it say on the back for that one? I am proud, of the beautiful person I am. That's beautiful. What was the message on this one, or the affirmation? I awaken each morning feeling the promise of an enchanting new day and an exciting new beginning. Ooh, that's it. Yes. All right. Pyrite. God, I'm so sorry. I know I'm all just jiggly. I choose to cooperate and work in harmony with the world around me, being in balance. Rainbow fluorite. All the fluorites are really incredible. There's even a color change fluorite that's just gorgeous. And I think can rival some forms of tanzanite even. I spend my attention and time on what nourishes me. Again, finding balance. Finding balance of being out in the world and the adventure and nourishing yourself. Demorderite. Now this one looks really dark. It actually has kind of a bluish color to it, kind of a denim color. My mind is clear and sharp, and I find the answers I need. And it's saying, settle your mind. Okay. And then rutilated quartz. Now this is in the raw form. In the polished form, the rutiles are inside, and this is a golden rutile. I see my great value, and so does the world. When I think of rutilated quartz with the gold rutile instead of black rutile, which is more protective, I tend to think of finding your inner light, finding your inner connection, letting that shine, letting that move outward and forth. It's like, it reminds me of rays of light coming out, rays of light moving outward. I think it's just a phenomenal stone. All right, really quickly, I want to do, because I feel like we need to get into some tarot. All right, so the Angels and Auras Oracle, okay? One card, and I feel like it's going to help set the tone. Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Guides, Guardians. What is the message from this deck of cards to set the tone for the rest of this reading? What is the message with this deck of cards for the rest of this reading? All right, this came up for a reason. What am I supposed to take? I'm supposed to take 3. Okay. Actually, I think I'm supposed to take all these. Wow, okay. There was a whole little chunk, and then the one on that. Okay. Well, so much for one. But we're going to take them because that's what I heard. Every time I kept looking at it, I just kept hearing, yes, yes, yes. So, all right. And no, I have not had buckets of coffee today. So this is still from the first. So, yeah. The shakies are just the shakies. Sometimes it happens. All right. All right. We're saying start in with this one. The power of prayer. Oh, let me put my glasses on. Surrender, believe, affirm, release. All right. Card 40. Until about a year ago, the word surrender was a dirty word for me. It might as well have been a curse word. Surrender? Me? Never. I will never surrender, you know. And then one day I realized, well, but I do surrender when I hand things over to Spirit. When I say, I just can't deal with this anymore, you take it. I am surrendering it. Surrender doesn't have to mean giving up. Surrendering could mean letting go of what doesn't serve you. And I believe that is what that means. And based on that first message too, don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. All right, Oriel, gold, card 10. Passion, epiphany, entrepreneur, and driven. All right, so Archangel Oriel. And also the card abundance came up. Faith, optimism, excitement, breakthrough. Right under a pear tree, it looks like. It looks like with some kind of golden fruit on it. There is abundance coming. There is abundance of knowledge, abundance of wisdom, abundance of finances, abundance of love. And you don't have to feel like you have to hoard, because there's going to be enough for everyone. We are coming into a golden age. I just heard that. We are coming into a golden age. Wow. Wow. Okay, point of view. Gratitude, assistance, guidance, understanding. Okay, do you remember a few minutes ago? Of course you do. And there's a white feather drifting down on top of the guy who's holding his head in his hand. So ask for help when you need it. That message again. This is kind of like if I could have painted a picture of that pre-COVID whatever message that was coming through about you've got to choose what you believe in. You've got to choose where you stand. You've got to choose who you are, because you can't hide it any longer. Today is the day. This is the time period. And I could sense everyone's guide standing behind them. And it's like, you've got to make a choice. You know, you can't just coast any longer. You have to stand up for what you believe in. And some people did that in a felonious way. And some people just couldn't change. And some people embraced everyone and themselves. So this would be the visualization or the image that I would have of that. It is an awakening that we are all going through at this time period. And we're about to have the second round of that. Not of COVID. The second round of awakening. Okay? Sandalphon, turquoise. Sandalphon, I believe, with Metatron are the only two archangels who were considered to have had a human lifetime. So I see them more as an ascended master kind of thing. But I believe, and I could be wrong, but I think the name Sandalphon was originally Elijah. So if somebody wants to look that up for me, thanks. Or I'll look it up later. And the color turquoise, forgiveness, seeking freedom, and healing. And there are cards floating down from the sky or wherever with a lot of words and questions. Ask for answers. That's the same thing as asking for help. Raziel, rainbow, enlightened, adaptable, soulful, connected. Look at all of these like cards dealing with higher realm beings saying, it's time, it's time, it's time. And what is it time for? The last card, to make wise decisions. Accurate, brilliant, organized, validated. Think of if you had this chorus, this wave of beings behind you, willing to help you, willing to applaud you, willing to go to any extreme to help you awaken and be who you can truly be. Okay? I don't mean to come off sounding all judgy and stuff, but it's just, it sounds like something from, what was it, 80s or 90s? Maybe 90s. I think it was the 90s. You know, why choose hate? Why? Okay. There are old messages that someone is battling internally. You become the person you know you can be. That's all you have to do. They're saying, tell you the message. All right. So yesterday, a friend of mine was doing some inward work, and she said something that I believe is incredibly profound and applies to all in kind of this whole reading. She said that she has struggled her whole life with trying to find her purpose. And she got the answer she was looking for yesterday. And her purpose was simply to raise her vibration and in doing so, raise other people's vibration and the vibration of the planet. So when she sees a really pretty flower and she's like, oh my gosh, you're such a pretty flower, I love you. It just raised the vibration of the planet, and that kind of domino ripple effect, which, you know, was also mentioned by another person. And it's when you communicate with the birds and they carry those messages through the air, when you say a positive affirmation about yourself, when you just stand and let the wind delight you with its presence, when you thank the world for being here, when you thank each individual soul for being here, you raise not only your vibration, but the vibration of everything and everyone around you, and that lifts the world. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Let's get into some tarot. And if there's anyone out there who feels like the messages do not apply to them, then I'm sorry you feel that way, because that first 19 minutes of messages, those apply to every single person. because we are all in this together, whether, you know, people want to believe it or not. All right. Now, oh, and with the revealing light thing, I don't agree 100% with all of her take on stuff, but I think by now everyone's figured out. I err on the side of caution of taking care of everyone. So, and we got enough crazy going on. All right. So let's let that go, because that is not why I started the channel. And what just happened here? Okay. Oh. That was a little bit of a reach. High honors. Interesting. This one came out and landed on the ground. I'm going to keep it. All right. Let's see. Spirit guides and guardians. Let's come down into the real. Okay, then I need to put this back in. So let's come down from the lofty world and into the real everyday world. And what are the messages for the collective, for where they are in this moment as of right now? What are messages for the collective about living the daily life? What does anyone need to know in the collective about living the daily life right now? And this one was all jaunty and looking sideways. Heart. That could be a literal heart, and I almost feel like it is in this case. Be mindful of your health and what you are doing, and is it damaging your heart? Okay, I think that's a separate side message all by itself. So this one is not about love and romance in today's reading. This, for me today, is if you are having that little like bubble filling going up through your chest, you know, all right, let's be real, it could be gas, but more than I know, but human bodies, kind of gross sometimes, but I feel like if there's any sign or hint of arrhythmia, if you are prone to blood clots, if there is anything that is causing you stress or strife and causing you to, if your blood pressure's off, either too high or too low, if you're getting lightheaded, please get your heart checked out, okay? I feel like somebody with a hereditary factor, someone with hereditary heart disease in the family, you have to be extra cautious with diet and exercise, okay, for your longevity. It's your call. You do what you want. This is a general reading. Please understand that. However, pay extra attention, and I'm hearing specifically salt and saturated fat. And that's kind of a known thing, but I think that's just, if you even cut back on it, that will make huge differences. You don't have to go all, off the deep end and, completely alter your way of life. Small steps are the ones that last. All right, so we've got rich gent, expectation, brief illness, and court. Okay. All right. When it says rich gent, that basically just means, well, I guess what it sounds like, kind of, oh, thank you. It can mean a lot of different things depending on the reading. In this reading, I'm hearing pompous and arrogant. Okay. So it doesn't have to mean that, and it won't in a different reading. In this one, it means I'm hearing the words pompous and arrogant. So someone is their own worst enemy because they are putting blinders on to a situation or people around them. Next is expectation. And this is a woman at a window. And the way it's lined up in front of me, she's looking through a window toward that first pompous, arrogant guy. And there's like this little drifting energy, wave or current coming in through the window. If this guy continues to put blinders on, there's a wave coming. They're saying, leave it there for now. Okay, we'll pick it up. And then we have brief illness. This guy is about to go through a loss. So this doesn't have to be a masculine energy. It could be a feminine. It could be a female, male, doesn't matter. It's the energy involved. But this is someone, I feel like if this is a female, and I almost feel like it is, if this is a female, it's someone who is not very in touch with her more feminine qualities, but expresses more of her masculine qualities and is, very judgmental and set in just truly wearing blinders, okay, to other people's needs. As a result, brief illness. And I think we all know stress is a huge cause of disease. But I feel like this might be a disease of the mind. So the person with the blinders on, if those blinders don't come off, if there isn't personal growth and awareness, they are going to slip into a deeper form of, it's not even really depression, because the arrogance is just off the charts. It feels like almost like a narcissistic tendency. And I know that gets thrown around a lot, but this is someone who they've been dipping their toe in that water and moving it around a little bit in that narcissistic pool. I think they're getting ready to take a full-on dive into it. And there's not going to be a thing you can do about it. Because I don't feel like this is the collective. I think this is someone the collective is dealing with. Someone in the collective. Someone in the collective is dealing with someone like that. Court. Don't be surprised if you end up in court trying to get an issue settled. Or it's not even court. I don't think it's going to get that far. I think it's a matter of signing paperwork. Yes. So you're not going to have to go to like a trial, or it's not going to be a court case. It's not going to be, I don't even think it's going to be in front of a judge. I feel like there might be mediation, if it even gets to that. I think this person is, I'm hearing rights signed over. Okay. So I don't think it's even going to get to that point. There's a lot of nervousness around this. Someone is very scared and someone knows they're losing it, but yet they're not willing to do anything about it. And I do feel like there's going to be paperwork signed very soon, and they're going to feel like they're being cut off or set adrift. Right now they feel like, okay, here we go. Thank you, Spirit. Right now, they've been giving me information, but now it's like, whoop, here you go. So this person feels like they have something that they can dangle over someone's head, and so that gives them a sense of safety and security, which is a really messed up way to have safety and security. Paperwork is about to be drawn up, or if it's already been drawn up, it's about to be signed. And when that paperwork is signed, and I don't know what the paperwork is, but when it's a document, it's a legal document of some kind, when that paperwork is finalized, I'm getting like that sense of like the notary stand when it goes boom, but it's extra loud. It's like it's going to shatter a piece of glass. And that person is going to, for the first time, realize that they're spiraling off, and truly, they don't have any power or control over a situation. Interesting. Okay. So this person, male or female, and I feel like I'm talking to two different groups in the collective, so it may be a male for one and a female for another group, but there's still similar kind of situation, maybe different paperwork, but there's still a similarity in the situation. That person, once they realize they don't have any control over the current situation, it won't be a game for them any longer, because there is a game element. And it has to do with that form of, oh, God, that's kind of sick. I just heard the word depravity. Ew. And whatever was going on, I'm sorry to whomever out there is dealing with this. Because it's affecting the person that they're toying with. It's affecting their health. That's not fair. All right. And this person is a whole lot healthier than they're making out to be. They want to play the victim. They're fine. Probably outlive everybody. So anyway. So the outcome. Once documentation has been secured, and that's going to be a big deal to do personally, not necessarily legally, but personally. Once that is taken care of, there's going to be a wave of relief that comes over to a degree. Understand this. This person, the manipulator, this person is going to turn their attention, and you might see a complete metamorphosis. This person is then going to turn their attention to running a game on someone else to try to ensnare and manipulate another situation with the sole purpose of monetary value. But they're going to use an emotional pull to do it. Okay. And this has been building for a long time. All right. So, anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else, please? Anything else we need to know? Apparently so. Okay. Take one off the top. Fish. Oh, that's nice. That's kind of a good, abundant. Ooh, these all look good. Okay, what about this one? All right. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. So we're now moving away from the narcissist, moving into who never wants to take accountability. We're moving away from that person, and we're looking at the outcome from the other person. And then we're going to wrap up because this is getting long. All right, we have the tower. Big old tower moment. Oh my gosh, was all that time wasted? Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Where am I going? What's going on? Oh my, yeah. Getting in your head about it, mice. And this doesn't mean less than. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden your life is falling apart and you're getting less than. No, this is about a total breakdown to build into something better and more positive, but all in your head about it. That little, nibbling, kind of tearing away at it. Like mice don't always cut through or chew through electrical cables, and then all of a sudden it's a slow little buildup. So that needling thing, don't let your head get in the way. Parlor, entertaining new ideas. The key, you are about to open up to a brand new way of life, a tree. And that's a really pretty palm. I love palms. Rooted, but palms can easily be uprooted in a big storm. So it's something that it's going to need to be tended. All right. And that's what I heard, because that's not, at first I was like, ooh, palm shade, that's pretty. But it's going to need care, nurturing, and to not slip into old patterns. And then fish, abundance, plenty, more. Okay, so Spirit, the overall message from that is for the person on the other end, not the narcissist who's a manipulator. We know what they're up to. Be patient with yourself. You're doing the right thing. You're not leaving anyone behind. You're doing what's right for you and your family. You don't carry around someone else's guilt as yours, because that will eat away at you. And they're showing me the key card in my head, and they're saying, you have the keys to the kingdom. You have the keys to the kingdom. That's a big thing. That's a big thing to say. And I think that's your inner kingdom and the outer world you want to create. All right. Well, I hope that makes sense. Um, you know, I guess that's it. All right. This is getting really long, and I want to thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a good day. Someone needs to wear lepidolite or think about lepidolite. Lepidolite is this kind of purpley stone, and sometimes it looks like straight up mica, kind of glittery. This is a very purple one, very pretty. Lepidolite is good for keeping on you if you are suffering with, and if you're suffering from depression, go see a doctor, get some help. Medication is just fine if you need it, and please get help when you need it. But as just a little extra boost to have around you, it is not in lieu of medical care. Hear that. I'm a firm believer in medical care. Whether you go see a holistic practitioner or an MD, I prefer you do them in conjunction with each other. That's what I do. But it's your world. You do what you want to do. But lepidolite is good for keeping around when you need to have a little boost of energy. Okay. And that's just because of some of the chemical elements that are contained also in the stone, not just the metaphysical part of it. So anyway, be well and thank you. Have a great day. And I am sending you so much love and gratitude. And I'm sure you heard Maggie snoring back there. I've changed her bed 3 times this morning already. I gotta go do some laundry. All right, I love you all. Bye. Oh, shoot, not working again. Hold on. Bye. No.